everyone. All right, welcome. Thank you so much. We're back from lunch. We just had a great lunch. Hopefully you did as well, but ours was amazing. So we're talking about, we have a question from the, I made it. We had a question from the audience. It's a great question, and it's a question of overwhelm, okay? Trying to figure out what that next great product is. How do you get into this? How do you it's a fog, okay? It's a foggy mess. And then a great thing that you said was, I just don't know if it's going to work. I just really don't know if it's going to work. Okay? You have to stop thinking like that. That's what's going to discourage you, and that's what's going to get you out of this business. What you need to do, and every time you think like that, every time you catch yourself thinking like, get an elastic and just pinch yourself every time you do that. The real question, and I believe if you ask the right questions, you eventually will get the right answer. And the question that you need to be asking yourself in this universe, or however you put it out there, is, will others buy this? Not, will this work? Will this be will this be a great product? What will others think about it? Okay? And with Google, we're going to do some training and stuff, and you'll be able to get a pretty big picture as to if people are buying it, if they're searching for it, if there's a demand there. So it's really just demand, and then you give them what they want. Never, ever, ever ask yourself if something is going to work. Okay? Yes, you can put the cards, and stack them up in your deck and hope and pray that it works, but that's not the real answer. You're going to take the information that you take in the next 3 days. You're then going to sit down, and you're going to have right now you have a much bigger advantage than anyone else who's starting, because you now know all these things, OMFG and passion and emotion and what kind of products work well and how, video ads and all this other kind of stuff. So you're going to have that toolbox where you'll be able to go and just say, you know what, based on Roger, this is an OMFG product. The other thing you might want to do is try selling something that you are passionate about. What do you love, right? What would you buy, okay? And the market in Canvas, the niche, it's my market. Like I have tons of canvas art in my home that's from this niche. So I understand the market. I know what they're going to buy. I've got a pretty good feeling as to if, the market's going to love it. The other thing is, when I talk about planting your own 2 feet somewhere, what I mean is that you're going to be testing multiple things. Let's say you have a general store and you start testing things, and then you land on these tables, I'm almost done. The massage tables. So let's say you list a massage table, and it starts selling. And you're like, holy crap, this is cool. I'm selling like 1 or 2 a day, right? And you start ramping up your budget, and then you're selling like 2 or 3 off Google a day, and then you're like, you know what? Let me try like a massage, another type of massage chair. And then you start selling 1 or 2 a day. That's what planting your feet looks like. You carve yourself into a niche, and then what will happen is you'll change your store name, and you'll have a back and massage store. Okay, and you would have never thought of that, right? But how do you know if it's going to work? You throw it out there, and then you let the market decide. Okay, does that make sense? Yes. All right, so Mike, we got some slides going. Shopify. Yep. So I don't want to spend a lot of time on Shopify. I want to give you guys the basics. Okay. I want to give you guys enough, that you can be pretty dangerous, but I don't want to bore you. Some people have their own stores, things like that. Mike provided you guys with a lot of training on how to set up your Shopify store. Did you guys get that? Got that. So I don't want to waste a lot of time there, but I do want to touch on a few things. All right. So the 3 pillars of great e-commerce. So again, there are 3 things, okay? Opportunity for impulse purchases, okay? If you're going to hit Facebook first, which is okay, a lot of you want to go into that monster of a machine and start trying to, do well. You're going to have to find something that's very high impulse, okay? Nothing that's going to make people think, like that dog collar thing. If you have to start explaining to people that it buzzes before it zaps the hell out of your dog, like there's some learning there, right? It's not just like, hey, here's a dog zapper, go ahead, go for it. So yes, you want it to be quick, impulse. Boom, fidget spinner, it looks great, it spins on a finger, every kid's gonna want one, boom, it's how it works. You're gonna plant your feet, lean your focus on one niche. Once that happens, you start generating sales. I'm gonna talk about the Facebook pixel and how that whole thing works, and it's the same with Google. things need time. Things need time to, like, you know, how does Amazon work as far as ads goes? Is it the same? Does it take time to optimize? Who's the Amazon? Yeah. Do they take time to optimize Amazon ads, or they just
It takes a couple of days.
takes a couple days? Yeah. Okay. Have you found it's pretty touch and go with Amazon, or?
It's tons of different strategies, but
Right.
but again, it's about trying to get your costs down for
Right. Cost per click down. Finding the right keywords. Okay. All right, so let's go to the next slide. So a lot of people were asking me, should I go with free plus shipping? What's the model that I've been using? I got away from free plus shipping just because I guess I got scared a little bit. I don't know if Facebook really likes it. Like, I have a feeling, you know, again, if it feels bad, you typically don't want to do it. And I think Facebook's kind of like, it's like, yeah, you're getting people, they're telling them they're going to get something for free, then they have to pretty much pay for the product and shipping. Just doesn't feel right. So I got out of that model, and I got into Shopify. So those of you who's set up with Shopify, is there anyone that's not set up with Shopify? You are set up. Not set up? Not set up? Okay, so you need to set up an account ASAP, okay? So what do I want to do with you guys today? I want to give you the basics of what's going to make a store feel comfortable for an end user. As I told you, as soon as they feel uncomfortable, they leave faster than a speeding bullet, okay? So I want to give you the main components of what really makes a store look and feel great. So Mike, open up mvmtwatches.com. All right, so here's a watch company. They do probably about $8 to $10 million a year. They now sell all kinds of stuff. But let's talk about why their store converts so well. So let's look at the multiple things that you need to have front and center. One of the things that I like to do is I like to tell people up front where they can reach me by phone. And I use grasshopper.com, which is a 1-800 number service. I think they're like $10 a month. You get a 1-800 number, and then you can redirect those calls to whoever you want. So your cell phone, things like that. Would you agree that if you go to a website and you're thinking of buying something and you see a 1-800 number with an open from 9 to 5, our agents are available to help you, does that put you to ease a little bit, right? Yeah, you're like, oh, they're up front. They've got a phone number. They're not just hiding, okay? They're not just hiding. So I like to show the phone number, and let's go to listings. So let's go to Shop Men's on the right-hand side. Yeah, then watches, bestsellers. Grasshopper, yeah. All right, so let's open up one of these. This is our top selling product, yeah. All right, so on the bottom, okay, they have, like, all of these elements are elements of security, of a sense of feeling a sense of security when you're going on a website. Free shipping worldwide. Yes, I'm getting free shipping. Free returns worldwide. Okay, cool. If I don't like it, they'll take it back for free, which is cool, okay? 24-month warranty. Those are all, like, they're answering the top, like, 4 questions that people ask themselves. Oh, I wonder what happens if this watch breaks? What do I do with the watch? Oh, there's a 24-month warranty. And they've got their, still not used to it, secure checkout information. So everywhere you go, what I like to do is under my add to cart buttons, I like to have things that reassure security. So you'll have, you know, the credit card logos, Shopify secure, things like that. Wow. We have a theme, Mike. Do they have access to it?
I don't know. I don't think so.
Okay. So most of the themes out there, they have these things pre-built in it. If it's not, then just go to fiverr.com and ask someone to program it in there. But you do want to have, let's go to another website. Okay. So see here how right under the button, you've got that like, hey, we're secure type thing, right? So like SSL, PayPal, you know, MasterCards, like it makes you feel safe about what it is that you're doing. So I always have that under the add to cart buttons, okay? People will have like countdown timers and stuff like that for scarcity, I'm French, sorry. Scarcity or scarcity, one of the two. Hurry, only 6 left in stock, things like that. Those things work depending on the market. If it's a very savvy market, they know you're full of, whatever. If it's like a market that maybe hasn't seen that, do you keep that stuff on your website? Do you keep the timers and stuff?
Not on every product, but it does depend.
Yeah.
Not every product. If you're doing every product, it kind of cheapens it, but it definitely significantly increases conversions with the right settings. So yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Specific products, don't do it on every product.
Right. And then here in your descriptions, I want you guys to have your phone number. Call us with questions, and people will call. So.
Yeah, or we do. I forgot what theme it is, but it's like some that put like right there in the top right where you can see it.
Yeah.
Especially on mobile.
Yeah. Yeah, you can put it, like I like to even put it in right here, in those like, bars. There's something called a Hexam free shipping bar.
Yeah.
You can put whatever you want in there. It's free. Hexam free shipping bar. All right, so what I like to do as well is I like to get rid of a lot of distractions. So a lot of themes will have these buttons. I get rid of all of that, okay? I get rid of them now. I try to put as many, the least amount of distractions as possible on the website. Click on Buy Now. Yes.
What did you just say? The social?
I remove all the social buttons, yeah. Anything that's in the way. So this is like an upsell type of a thing that we have on this theme. You can try it, okay? I don't use that one anymore just because it's a little bit outdated. What's going to work really well for you guys that has really made a big difference is 2 things. So when you first start off a store, you might want to get the Wheelio app, okay? Wheelio. A friend of mine created it. What it is, Wheelio. Yeah. Check out, let's show you guys what it does. Yeah. So click on, go down. There's going to be an example, world's first, yeah, go down. Okay, go back up. Click on the image on the right. So basically, when someone comes to leave the website, it's going to say, hey, you've hit 70% off today or whatever. Like, it doesn't have to be that much. You can set it up as to what you want. But you can say, hey, spin the wheel and get up to 70% off, okay? And you can gamify this a little bit so that, this here happens once every 50 spins. This here happens once every 40 spins, and the 10% happens one every 2 spins, okay? And what's going to happen is they're going to want to enter their email address and then spin the wheel. 2 things are going to happen. You're going to build an email list, okay, which is very valuable, okay? Because then we can take that email list, 200-300 emails, and send it right back to Facebook and say, hey, here's my primary type of customer. I want 2, 3, 4 million more like that. So it's a great way to start your machine going on Facebook. And it's great for conversions. So that's one of them. The other one is called Lime. Go to Lime Spots, I think. Lime app. Yeah, it's called Personalizer from LimeSpot. When you use Willio, does it actually give you like a coupon and stuff? Yes, they get a coupon that they can use inside of the store. Yeah. All right, so Personalizer, this is the second one that I use that I really love. And it's, again, when you start uploading 10 or 15 or more products in a specific type of a niche, this is going to do some split testing, and it's going to present the user with, hey, if you bought this, you might also like this. People who bought this also bought that. And it's going to split test different products until it finds one that people are just constantly putting into their cart and buying. So it's constantly split testing your funnel and testing it all out. It's crazy. It's super powerful. And this is one that they go on every store of mine, because that's where you're going to take a $70 sale and start generating $150, $200 sales, okay? So it's, Mike, if you go back down, is there a place to view? Go up. Click on an image or something. Scroll right or left. So see, like, it gives you like all this analysis of what's going on, how many times they presented the product, how many times people took the offer, things like that. And it's just basically it on like the add to carts, like your cart, on the checkout, as people are on the page, it's going to recommend products as they're moving into the sales system. So it does all this work for nothing. So here's how it looks like. You're here getting ready to add to cart, and it says more popular items. And then recently viewed items. So if they view items, it's going to keep a collection of what they viewed, and they'll be able to see it in under. So it's really powerful.
And that's only in your store.
That's only in my store, yes.
Where do I draw the information from that?
Where do they draw? So the software, when you install the software, it downloads like all of your products, and then it starts doing that split testing with your products. It's gonna, like, every time a visitor goes to your page, it's gonna present them with 5 products. If they see that a lot of people are adding one product to cart, then it's gonna make that product more popular. Yes, all our products, yes.
So is this one suggesting alternate things to buy as well, or just what they've already looked at?
No, alternate things to buy as well. The question is, does that app tell you, like, other things that you can buy, or just what you've looked at? No, other things that you can buy.
So how is this different from personalizer?
This does everything automatic, and it also, like, the question is, why is this different than Personalizer? That is Personalizer, is another app, Recommendify. I used to recommend Recommendify, and that was like manual. You'd have to go in and say, okay, when someone goes here, I want to see, I want them to see that. When someone goes there, and it was very time consuming. Now with this, you hit go, and it figures it out. It checks your collections, it checks your, what's sold the most. It's analyzing everything on a consistent basis, okay?
This is Personalizer, not LimeSpot.
LimeSpot's the company, Personalizer is the app. All right, so those are the two. Once you start getting sales, I really like the social proof aspect of the app that is, someone remind me, which one? No, the one that shows, the one that shows customers buying. Hey, John just bought from.
Notify is called.
Yeah,
FOMO,
Notify.
maybe.
What's that?
FOMO.
FOMO, yes, FOMO, that's the one. As you can see, I don't build these stores out at all. Give it to my staff. Okay, so what's great about this is once you start generating sales, nothing will help someone buy something more than them knowing someone else did the same action. They bought it. So what this will do is every time a sale comes in, someone's on your website, it'll say, hey, guess what? Dan just bought a Rolex watch, same thing as you did. Hey, Julie just bought a XYZ watch, just like you did 2 hours ago. So it's social proof. They go and they go, oh, well, if other people are buying, it must be a good website. Other people are buying. So once you start generating your first few sales, this will increase your conversion rates.
We have this on the RS store also.
Yeah.
So it was if you go back to the product page,
Which one?
just go back one thing. One thing that I found, like, instead of where it says in a quantity, what we've done is actually have like buttons where they can pick one, have one there, 2 there, and then 1 for free shipping. And we found that, like, just having that there on the page, like on some products, half the people choose more than one just because
Right,
you
just
have
'cause of
that
free
right
shipping.
there on the page. Yeah. So if
Yeah.
you have it like right there instead of like they have to choose it. So
Right.
let them know, like, hey, if you spend over X amount of money, you get free shipping. And we found that having those options there and having free shipping right next to it, about 1/3 to 1/2 of those people will choose that option, and
Buy
that's
more.
like really
That's cool.
increased our average order value.
Very cool, very cool. So the major things are all there. Phone number, about us page, go put an about us page. Talk about yourself. Hey, I love cell phones. We love technology. We started buying, testing all different kinds of stuff. We want to bring you nothing but the best, nothing but the coolest. For my Cozy Bees business, I have pictures of me, my wife, my kids, the stylist, her kids, like. And people go to the website and they feel like they want to buy from us because we're families and we're feeding our children and stuff like that. We're not a Toys R Us selling onesies, okay?
He puts it right on the front page here too.
Yeah. Yeah. That's what stops me from sleeping at night. That's it right there.
Talking with the wife or your kids?
Yeah. Used to be the wife, now it's the kids. So these things I think are very valuable for a website visitor. Like, seriously, if you're scrolling down and you see, like, our 2 families and stuff, we're 2 families who make up cozybees.com. All of us are extremely Passionate about our family, our children, our clothing business. Our children's stylist, Mary, has been in the fashion industry for years. She's helped thousands with what's fashionable and staying on trend. Our goal is simple: bring you extremely fashionable and trendy clothing for your baby, all while making it affordable. We hope you enjoy our website. Look forward to helping you keep your baby fashionable and stylish, okay? That's worth a lot to someone who's like scrolling on the web and they're like, you know what, I feel like I want to buy from these people, okay? All the things in the bottom, you always want to have, and Chris is going to talk about this in a minute, but you always want to have things like be out in the open, okay? Like if you're drop shipping from China, I don't want you to put, may take 4 months to get to you, okay? Like under the add to cart button, okay? But somewhere, be honest about it and say, hey, listen, it could take 7 to 14 business days to get to you. We buy directly from the manufacturer. You're getting great pricing, blah, blah, blah. Okay, so set expectations, right? That's all I'm saying. And those are the elements of a great store, guys. If you're able to get, the checkout buttons and making it feel like it's a real store, and like, I'm not big on visual. I don't think it's that big, but like, get nice stuff up there. Like, get a nice logo, okay? Like, show some effort, because people are going there and you could potentially build a big business. So show some kind of effort, make it look clean. If you know nothing about setting up a Shopify store and you're like, it's going to take me 2 weeks to set this thing up, outsource it, okay? Go to elance.com and say, hey, for $200, I want someone to install my entire store, set up all of these things, and make sure that the store is ready to go. Yeah.
You could also go into Shopify forums.
Yes.
There are third-party
right. Vendors, or
yes,
yeah,
who will actually design your whole site for you.
Yeah, so you could again go to the Shopify forums. There's a forum.shopify.com, I think, and there's a ton of people in there that are. If you did one post saying, "Hey, I want to start a store in the children's clothing store," you'd have 50 people saying, "Hey, I'll do it for 100. I'll do it for 3. I'll do it for blah blah blah." All right, so what I want to do next is, because we are in this whole Google shopping stuff, I want Chris to go and give us the overview of what's really important when it comes to being approved with your store with Google Shopping. We don't have to spend like an hour on this. We can just go really quickly on the things that. Do you still have that test store?
I don't think so.
Okay. All right. Well, just we'll go into your store, the Geek one. Can you log in, and then just show how to set up the pages and stuff like that.
Go into the back office of it, though.
Yeah.
I'm on, eh? The microphone's on? Yeah, okay. All right. So just for some context, there are some things that you have to do on Google Shopping that maybe Facebook doesn't require, and they're mandatory. One of the things that Google does is they really go out of their way to try to protect their customers or their users. They don't like things like, maybe you're going to put a fake address, or maybe you can't be found, or it's a fake email address. So you essentially have a store where a customer, if they want to reach you, they can't reach you. So what Google is going to insist on is they want the customers to be able to do what the customer wants to do. So if I buy a product and I don't like it, I want to be able to call someone and tell them. So the phone number, you're going to have a phone number on your store, and it's going to have to be real. Further, if the customer just decides, you know what, I'm just shipping this thing back. So you're going to actually have an address that's linked to you somehow that Google's going to insist upon, and before they're going to approve your store. So that way the customer can then send the product back. It doesn't happen much because, when customers will typically email you or call you first, you can talk to them, work it out. But all of those things have to be listed on your store. So there's a process to go through. And the easiest process is to kind of go into your checkout section. So if you go to online store, and was it there?
It's in
settings? Settings. Sorry, Mike, the settings? Yeah. And then checkout, bottom left. Yeah. And then scroll down a bit. Keep going. And right there. So you see how refund policy, if you have a Shopify store, this will probably be blank. So you could generate sample refund policy. It's already there, so I'm not sure if that would work. But that's got to be there, and it's got to be a link. So putting it here is required. Now you're wondering maybe why this is in the checkout section, okay? So when they click checkout, that new page that opens, at the bottom, the refund policy, privacy policy is all going to have little links there. So from the checkout page, they can access this information, okay? And in the refund policy, I think if you scroll down, it's going to show your address, Mike, or did you make a real address?
Maybe.
Yeah, oh, right there. So you see the email address. This was pulled from what he gave Shopify. Shopify generated this for him. So he didn't type all this stuff out. They plugged this in. You see the address here? So that was from his Shopify. When he made his store, you have to give an address. They pulled and put that in there, okay? So if you want to have a different address, for maybe you have a corporate address, or you maybe have some other address, you can manually change it there, but it's got to be there, okay? So the privacy policy is there. Scroll down further, terms of service, and the only one that's not there that you're going to need to add is a shipping policies, how you ship. And I've done it before where I just write that in, okay? But I'll show you how to do that in a moment. Has everybody got this part so far?
Is there a place here to add that?
The shipping?
Yeah.
Not here, not on this one. It doesn't have to be on this section. So that's why I mentioned like all of these parts are going to be links in your checkout, okay? So it doesn't need to be there, but it has to be on your main page. So just know where these are for a second, okay? And so remember where these are, and now realize that in Google Shopping, they also want you to have this information in your footer of your store. They want to have that information in your footer. So how you create it is you have to create pages and then do some navigation process here. So do you want me to go through do all of them, Roger? Build all of them, or I'll just show, I'll show the first one, yeah. So basically, let's go to the online store again. Okay, pages, right? Add a page. Okay, and then you'd call that privacy policy, let's say. Right, now, yeah, and so now down here, this is where you'd cut and paste your privacy policy. So could you open your store in another window there, Mike? Just see, because if you go away from this page, oh, see, I don't even know how to do that. Good stuff, bud.
Yeah, I'm the guy with the glowing stuff. So.
Basically, what I was trying to get, he did it from down, just in settings and opened another tab. Magic, or as my son used to say, magic. So he copied the privacy policy, and he's pasted it there. And now, visibility, we just leave it all like that, and then click the save button. So he's created a page, right? So now, to make that in your footer, you got to go to navigation. On the left there.
What is this?
Just right there.
Ah.
Yeah. And footer menu, click on that. Add menu item. Right? And that was privacy, right? Whoop.
That's the wrong thing. Sorry, I have my hands on the wrong keys. Sorry, guys.
Who was a Kat and Chris know that I do that all the time, eh? Like press the wrong buttons all the time.
I like keep doing this.
I feel better now that Mike's doing it too.
Yeah, right. I got too many devices here.
Yeah.
Privacy policy.
And then you're gonna link. It's gonna be page, select page, privacy policy, because you just created it. And then you're gonna.
Did everybody see?
Did everybody catch that?
Where is that?
I'm gonna do it a second time for you. Yeah.
Where is the footer menu?
It was under navigation.
I don't see it on mine.
Navigation should already be there. Where are you here? Do you mind if I have a quick look over your shoulder here?
Yeah.
On the left, navigation. Do you see navigation?
Yeah, I'm there,
Okay, so you clicked on that.
and then I don't see.
You may create a new one.
That's a different.
Yeah.
You have to add menu. You have to add menu and create your footer menu. Yeah.
If anybody is, if we do get to this when we're doing some of this more technical stuff in Shopify, if you feel like you're at a point where it is not looking like what we're doing, rather than stopping, what we could do is maybe we'll try to get through a section
Okay.
and then make a natural break where we could take 2-3 minutes just to walk around if anyone had anything different. So just again, write down where you're at. It just keeps the flow moving. Otherwise, it's going to take us triple the time to get through.
Yeah. Okay.
the stuff. So
Yeah. Right now we're just trying to achieve to get those things in the footer menus, right?
Yep.
So maybe we'll do one more just so we can go through this process again, because you have to have the privacy policy, the terms and conditions, returns is already there, and you have to have shipping, okay?
Can you show us the shipping
Sure, sure. Okay, yeah, yeah. So the shipping, it didn't have it in the pre-populated section. It didn't have like this. It didn't have it here. So I can't just get Shopify to create it for me. I got to create it myself. So, and I'm going to do it the simplest way possible. I'm just going to say, how do I ship? I'm going to write it out. Where are we here? Okay, yeah. So yeah, we're going to create a page. Yeah. I think we got to go to settings. No, sorry. Online store. Pages. Add a page.
Everybody see how we got there?
Yes.
Okay.
Really? Or are you just saying yes?
And if you go home,
So I got some no's. Some no's. Did you guys catch it? No, let's try that one more time, Mike. I'm probably standing right in front of it for a few people.
It's good though, guys. If you don't get it when we do a group ask like that, let us know. So it's very simple, right? Home orders, right? This is the main menu for your Shopify admin. Then there's online store. Okay, so if I just went back a step here, all right, if I go back, so you guys actually, when you come in, you're going to see it like this, right? See, this is collapsed,
Does this look familiar so far, guys?
right? This is like
Yeah,
when you
so the
first
next
come in.
step?
Here, online store, anything you want to do that's going to be public facing is through here.
Right?
Pages.
Pages.
add a page.
We're going to add a page. And it's going to be shipping.
Policies.
Yeah, shipping. And then here is where I'd write basically like, we use preferred shipping methods or preferred shipping carriers, including but not limited to Federal Express or FedEx, UPS, DHL, and ePacket, I put that in there, and USPS, United States Postal Service. And then next paragraph.
So from Canada,
What's that?
okay, working from Canada, do we
Well, because I sell in the United States, but don't forget, including but not limited to. So if you're getting it in Canada, it's not going to be USPS, but it might be Federal Express or UPS. So you're just kind of using the different ones. And then from here, you're also going to give them an idea of how long it's going to take. So I would say typical shipping requires, and then you'd have to just know whether it would be 5 to 25 days. And that's what I could keep it as simple as that. I would keep it as simple as that. Now, if you have a lot of different shipping terms, like for example, maybe certain products, and you want to tell people about it, like you really want to get in, and like, you know, products above $69 will be free, products of $10 will be included, or whatever. You could put that stuff, but this is what you need, and that's going to satisfy Google. They know how long it's going to take, and they know who's sending it, right? That's what Google wants to know. They want their customers to know. So when they buy from me, they know it's coming through these places. I recognize all those names. It's going to take about that long. Boom. So they have that information. So we've created that page. You can save it. So did everybody see how that was created? Then we're going to go back to navigation. And we're going to add it to the footer menu. Right? Add menu item, down bottom left, shipping. And then it's a page. And then of the pages, there's shipping. Boom, save menu. There you go. So those items are now added to your footer menu. Yeah? Sure. I have such a habit, I get excited, I start talking really fast. So just, yeah, don't be shy to tell me to slow down. Okay, so let's do the terms and conditions, okay? So we'll go through the same process. We're going to go to pages.
And don't forget, this is being recorded, the screen as well. So when you get home,
Yeah, I just pause and, yeah, for sure. But we got pages. So we're going to add a page. And in the title of the page, we said terms and conditions, right? That's what I want the link to look like. So I'll write there terms and conditions. And then, fortunately, Shopify already created that page for me. So I'm going back to settings to find it, right?
All right, so we see that down in settings here, guys. And then
Bottom left checkout. And then I'm going to scroll down.
There you go. TOS.
Refund policy and terms of service. Isn't
We
that
got
a
privacy policy, terms of service.
Terms of service, right there. Yeah. So I'm
Yeah.
gonna copy that
Terms
whole
and
thing.
conditions. Terms of service are usually the same.
Yeah.
thing.
Sorry. Yeah. It's the same thing. Yeah. And if you call it terms of service or terms and conditions, Google will accept both.
So just
Paste.
copy that right in there, guys.
Is everybody okay up to this point?
Okay.
The
so
gentleman that asked me the question, unfortunately, are you okay up to this point? Or do you want me to go back a step? You all right to this point?
Okay.
So we're going to save it. Okay.
Now this is the next. I think this next part is where people are getting a little confused.
This next part. Okay. So now we're going to go to navigation.
Right under where you were, guys.
Okay. And we have to, this is like they're asking, where do you want us to put this page, right? We wanted to put it in the footer menu, so we're going to click on that.
And just to just so everyone can see, also. 1 second. Just so you guys understand what this looks like on the site, right? This is the main menu is here,
That's the main menu.
right? That's the main menu. The home goods, I guess, is a menu I made, which is actually I just used to pull in certain things. But and then because these are all your menus, the navigation are your menus. I've got 3 set up on the site. Main, home goods was one that I used to like segment some products, and then footer, which you see down here. Okay,
They
this
should
is
call it bottom menu.
this is the footer, like the footer menus. Okay,
So do you see this? Here, shipping.
right.
We just added that. That's brand. We just added that.
Right.
Finish
These
it.
are the footer menus. This is actually a menu widget that just shows I think it's showing the main menu down here. This is part of our theme. This is theme specific. This is actually the footer menu itself.
Yeah.
So we're back in here. We're going to footer menu. All right, from navigation into footer menu. And then adding menu item. Okay, this is how I add an item to the menu. This is going to put a new item. These are each items. Get it? And here I am. I added the menu item, and then I can type whatever I want. So, Chris, what do you want me to type?
What do we call it? We call it terms and conditions, right? Yeah. So that's going to be our terms and conditions. And it's going to be a page.
Okay, so now this is where we're selecting what is it, right? Because I could have these are all different kinds of content types that I can have on Shopify, right? I can have a homepage. I can have homepages like this. Homepage is a bunch of collections stuck on one page, all right? So that's why homepage is its own thing. I could take a single collection and put it there. I could have an all collections page that is auto-generated. I can have a single product in a menu item here. I can have all products. A custom page, which is what we're going to put in. A blog post, which is like a page, except it's meant to be more like a daily or weekly thing. All right, and then I could put in a search bar or an actual just a URL. So we're now going to put in a page. All right, and then what Shopify does is it allows me to select. All right, well these are all the pages you have, Mike, on here. These are all the ones you could choose from. Which one do you want? So which one do we want, Precious? I'm sorry. Fortune. Sorry. Fortune.
Jeez, I thought you were talking to me.
Fortune, which one? Precious Fortune. Fortune, which one do we want? You got it. You're an expert. You got it, buddy.
And
So
then
there
we're-
you go. Terms and conditions. It's a page, and it's this particular page. And then we just save it. And if we go back to my site.
And refresh.
We'll
It's not
refresh
there
it.
now, right? And
No,
now,
it's not there now, and now it
now
is.
it's there.
See that? And if I click on it, it brings me to this page I created. Pretty cool, huh? It's
Yeah.
super easy.
So yeah, and it's got to be at that bottom, or else Google won't approve it.
Right.
And the thing is, if they don't approve it and you ask them why, they'll just send you a link to their terms and conditions, to their policies, and you got to read through it and cross-reference with your site and figure it out on your own. Ask me how I know that. So this was a frustrating process for me, believe me. But this was not as frustrating as calculus was in university. So you just pound through this stuff, Okay. Got it?
Good.
Are you just saying yes? Who doesn't have it? Not really? Which part did we drop you off at?
The terms and conditions, did you say that was input through?
Shopify has it and will generate it for you.
Yeah, if you go back here, guys, it's and trust me, guys, this is all really like we should really move on from here because a lot of this can be seen in Shopify Help. But if you go into settings in this checkout section, they have tools that create this. Like I generated this. This is wasn't. I didn't write this. I
Like if
generated
you just delete
this.
that and then just like if you can delete it. So
watch,
now that's
guys.
probably how yours will look. It's empty,
Right.
and then boom, you generate it and
It's like one click.
yeah.
Yeah, if you're having any issues with that, just hit them up on the support center and say, hey, I'm trying to set up my terms and conditions. I'm trying to set up my refund policy. How do I do that? They'll say, great, let us show you. We
Right.
got all the time.
You
in the
guys,
world.
here, I mean, just help.shopify.com. Literally, they have so much here.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Yeah.
don't let that scare you. It's a little scary. I see some of you guys going, "Ugh."
First step, real simple. First step, go to that cart checkout section in your settings. Okay? If it's blank, generate.
Okay.
Done.
Yeah.
I'm asking.
All right?
And it's got to be
Then-
there though too.
And they've got to be there. And
That's what
save.
I'm asking. Thank you.
Yeah.
Then, new page, name it for each one he just said you need, right? Terms and conditions, privacy policy, whatever. Because the page, for some reason, Google doesn't like to look in Shopify's back office or whatever. They don't want to like search. They want it as a crawlable page.
Yeah.
Okay? So what you're going to do is you're just going to then create a page, copy and paste the exact, 3 pages, copy and paste each thing they just gave you, and then create a 4th page, which is just shipping. Okay? And then all you do is write those 3 lines that we put you there. It can be, it doesn't have to be super specific. You could even Google like sample Google shipping policy and put it in. All right? And then so you save all 4 of those pages. And then the last step is you take each of those pages, you go to navigation, footer menu, right? Add. So you type in terms and conditions, page, select the page. Type in shipping, right? Shipping policy, page, select the page. And do that for all 4, done. You've satisfied Google
And Facebook.
and Facebook
And Facebook.
and yourself because that's important.
Yeah, they'd want to know, right? Like, I mean, where are you? Who are
Right.
you? I mean, they got to know, like, and trust you. So you got to have a real address there.
All right, so let's move on.
Yeah.
If we
Yeah,
need
let's move
anything
on.
else on
Good to
this,
go.
we can always do a review.
Okay, so I went to Fiverr, posted
Right.
that I wanted a programmer to
yes.
to help set up, well, specifically PayPal, but yeah, do work. And I got a range of from $5 saying I fix it to $250 saying I'll SEO your site in 29 days. And
So the question is, and then we'll move on from here because we got a lot to cover. The question is, if I'm going on the Fiverr and I'm looking for a programmer to do something with Shopify, how do I know who to pick? Well, you've got to know what it is you need, right? So you've got to say, well, if all I need are trust seals and somebody set up PayPal and whatnot, I mean, I would say look at people that do Shopify, custom Shopify setup. Look for the top-rated people. All right, there are people that they'll have thousands of reviews, 5 stars. Actually read a few of the pieces of feedback, and if
go to each person.
no, I mean, like, just look at it again. You could look at the search result page. It'll say 5 star. I mean, I wouldn't look at people with like under 100 reviews, But I would. It's not anything that's so complicated that anybody with 100 reviews or more that look pretty positive can probably do what you need as long as you know what it is you need them to do. And chances are, listen, if you're the type of person that is so, and again, we have people like this that they've got great ideas and good heads for business and they've got money to invest. They're just not technical. Right? They're entrepreneurial. They're not technical. And that's fine, guys. You don't have to be good at everything. All right? Find somebody who's technical. There are so many people you can work with, whether you're hiring a freelancer on Fiverr or if you're finding somebody local, right? Somebody maybe, find somebody in college that's good with computers or something, or you maybe have a family member. I mean, we all know people that know this stuff. They call me tech support in my house, right? My wife says, I call tech support, and I come down. And my number one tip for technology, I blew Barry's mind with this last night because we had bought a new U.S. phone, a smartphone, and he couldn't get it to connect to the internet. He said, I don't know how do I do this? And I said, okay, well, let's see. Update. Turn off, turn on. Turning something off, turning it on is the number one tip I have for any tech problem that you might have. 9 times out of 10, it is the thing that you're doing wrong, is you're not turning your machine off and turning it back on. All right.
All right.
Good?
Yep.
Is everybody freaking out? Everybody's good with that so far?
Well, the other thing is they want your password to the site. That's safe. That's no technical. I mean, that's
You can add them. You can add them to your website.
Add
You can
a
give them a
staff
access.
member.
Permissions,
Yeah,
like
set
saying
permissions.
login,
No,
password.
ask Shopify. Ask Shop. I can't answer every single Shopify question. Like if that's a question like, hey, is it safe? It's not safe to give your login, but you can create a user for them so that they can log in and they don't see anything.
Just
okay?
call them up and tell them, I want to add a user. I don't want them to have master access, and they'll walk you through the process.
Okay, so those are the main elements. So if I have to really dumb it down very quickly and wrap it up, First thing, beautiful logo, okay? Set up a logo, beautiful logo. Second thing, grasshopper, get yourself a 1-800 number, okay? That is going to increase conversions every single time, okay? The other thing is, pick a theme that's going to be clean, crisp, that's going to have all the right elements. We used to recommend, Pop Bone on, it's back. Pop Bone, it's free, it's clean. Like, you could start with Pop Bone as a theme. You can install themes. If you don't know how to do that, just check in the help on Shopify. Okay, when you first start up a Shopify store, you're going to ask you, what's the name of your store? And you're going to say, I love dogs. And then they're going to give you a URL that says, ilovedogs.myshopify.com. When you do that, you can set up a URL, okay? You can set up a URL like ilovedogs.com within Shopify, very easy. And now you've got a URL. I would do that. It makes your site look more professional, okay? When I first started with the health and beauty niche, I didn't have it. I just wanted to throw something up there. I just wanted to see what my cost would be for the traffic. Because if I could get cheap traffic, I knew I could convert. And I still got a ton of sales with the My Shopify link. So it's not the end of the world, but that's just the other thing. And then all these little elements, Lime Spot, which is a personalizer app, which will help, upsell, people that are coming to your store with other products. That's very important. The other one, which is FOMO, which keeps popping up as people are buying. That's very important. That helps your conversion rate. Having a good About Us page, having good descriptions, good images, make it feel like a real business. It is. So treat it like a real business, okay? All right, let's keep going. All right, so where do you get a logo? You can go to Fiverr.com, elance.com. Tons of places to get designers. All right, so here's what.
This is kind of. You want to go into this about product collections?
Yeah, very quickly. I don't want to hit this thing. I don't want to complicate stuff up and collections and everything else. The first thing that you need to understand is that you're going to want to start building a store and then kind of going down that rabbit hole. So if you're into health and let's say you love yoga and stuff like that, then go yoga, go CrossFit, go whatever else that's in that area. Don't go yoga and then outdoor camping. Okay, so that's going to create a ick feeling on your store unless your store is great, powerfuldeals.com. We find deals from all manufacturers. We get stuff all over the place. Then you can do that, which is recommended. But I just want you guys to have a big umbrella when you're going out and you're testing out different things. Have a pretty big umbrella until you plant your feet, right? Once you plant your feet, you find those buyers. Your pixel's starting to warm up. That's when it gets very exciting and you can start launching more and more products.